5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Away with Words, the podcast. It's your girl Bree Stories.
It's Keyana Alicia.
And it's A Tati.
And we are here with our good girl, Keyana Alicia. In the building. So, we're going to start with a check-in. I was just about to say, where do we start? We'll start with the check-in. Mm-hmm. Keyana, you'll slide right in at the end.
Okay.
Who would like to go first? Oh. They can't hear you.
I'll go.
Okay.
So physically,
I don't like sound.
Physically, I feel good. I just feel like loose,
yes.
like not like loose, but like not tense and free. Like I'm like a bird, I wanna fly away. But that's how I feel like this morning.
That's a jam. That was a bop.
Emotionally, I feel good. I notice I've been getting a little like agitated lately, but that's just because I'm detoxing from sugar. So it's very like I had to like calm down at work because I was like, they ain't seen me when I don't have no sugar. I was like, they don't want to see me on that level. So that's how I feel like emotionally, but it's still good. Like embracing positive energy and thoughts and vibes and all like that. My attention is on today, being here with my girls, and then my nephew's birthday party. I'm going to that after. It's not really my nephew, but I babysit this kid, so I say niece and nephew. I just adopt all the children. I would say Pied Piper, but so that's what my attention on, and then just getting ready for the week, and then spiritually.
I wanted to just be able to let that
go. Spiritually, I feel good. Like I said, I'm just really working on just like aligning myself, centering myself, and just moving as a person on one accord so that like my mind is not one place, my heart is another place, but just really centering myself and
get on that Honda Accord.
Yeah,
for sure.
Bitch, I'm definitely on some like I really want a Chevy Tahoe.
Oh my god! You want a new car every time I talk to you. Every time you get a new car, you want a new car.
What did I say last time?
You were talking about an Impala before you had one.
I was.
Yeah.
You like Chevy, huh?
Oh, I do. I like a big body baby. That's what I want. I want to be like the soccer mom, but not with a van. Like I want a Tahoe so I could be.
No, I always loved when I was in school, like the bad bitch moms who had like a big ass truck instead of a van.
And not an Expedition or nothing too big, Suburban, but just
she don't have something to wear. I don't like a short steer. Like it's like just like a slight
tone.
What it is.
What song would I be listening to like that?
Anything slight.
Anything slight. I don't like slight movements.
Just like a little
the
bit
mom
of tongue.
pulling up, dropping her kids off.
Please stop doing that.
That now the tongue.
What's the lean back?
With this too, all of that connected.
That was a lot. I don't like any of it.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Oh, gross. Definitely doing that driving.
You gotta pick one.
Gross.
Oh, whatever.
Anyway, thank you so much. McGee, MJM Kid, how about you?
My camera's back, y'all. What do I start with? Physically. I'm warm. I had some tequila per usual.
Yeah. Yes.
Emotionally.
Wait, you said physically you feel tequila?
Warm.
Oh, warm physically because of tequila. Got it. That makes sense.
Emotionally, a little bit of joy and a little bit of, I don't know, I feel a little anxiety.
You're feeling petty?
Anxiety?
Oh.
That makes sense.
I thought I heard Eddie.
Oh, yeah. I heard Eddie. I don't know why. But, that's just something there.
We can get to that source later.
My attention is on... it's always on the upcoming week.
Yeah.
On a Sunday, so what I can do to be productive in this coming week. And then spiritually, I'm just always blessed, grateful, thankful.
That's what's up.
Hilarious.
Hey, Tati.
Boy, stop.
Boy's mad.
Physically, I'm a little chilly.
She hasn't had any tequila.
No, I have not.
Me
Just a little
neither.
champagne. Emotionally, I feel needy right now. I feel needy. Yeah, I feel.
Girl, you really having a hard time.
No, I can't hear. I can't really
Needy.
hear. I really hear.
You got some. You need to get those ENTs checked out.
I do need to get my ears cleaned out.
But I feel very needy,
Yeah.
like just in need of like attention
Yeah.
right now.
Always.
Which
That's
I don't
a really
like.
good, that's a really
And
good
I
thing to
hate
be
that.
aware of, though.
Yeah, because I hated it. I don't like feeling like that.
I'm gonna give you some attention this week. Don't
Okay.
worry.
And my attention is on Bree Story's birthday is coming up.
Oh, I'm so happy that that's what your attention is on.
It really is.
That's so sweet.
Getting prepared to celebrate Bree Stories, and also my attention is on getting ready to start getting fit for my birthday. That's some time away, but getting my shit together and getting my life and my body together is starting now.
Yeah.
And spiritually, I feel clear, like open.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know how to like fresh.
Yeah, these are good.
All those words.
I love that. Can I touch your face? You have an eyelash.
Sure.
I thought
That
this
was
was
so
going
scary.
somewhere else. Like you was
Just
going like
cup your face gently.
Can I? Yeah.
to,
Can
like
I touch
read
your
the
face?
future or something.
The way you proposed.
Touch your
Can I touch your face?
Yeah, I did think it
nervous.
was for something else.
That was strange.
Yeah.
That was
It all comes out. How she really
That
feels
was a
about
little
it.
weird, but
Well,
I like it.
Good. Peas. Physically, I feel. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like. So if I was on like a thing, you know those things that like tilt, like if you have both your feet and they kind of
the
like
ball thing.
Like
Yeah.
a balance.
I feel like I'm right in the middle of that.
That's good.
You gotta keep a strong core.
Sure. I feel like physically I feel right in the middle. Like I don't know what that is. Emotionally I'm feeling so many things. It has been an interesting week. Very, very interesting. And I don't know what's to it really, and I guess I'm just trying to figure it all out. Or not. Also exercising my right of letting go of needing answers to all things. So kind of just like all up in that. I'm all up in that emotionally, but always joy. Y'all know me. My attention is actually on some sort of makeshift photos for my birthday, because this photo shoot that I had planned did not go because I did the dummy and I ordered some shit off of a fucking Instagram boutique.
No.
My nigga.
What's the matter with it?
I put it on my body and it ripped immediately.
Oh.
And I don't mean ripped like, you know how you pull something up and it might like tear? I mean it ripped. Like
fell
paper.
apart?
It was like
Then you need to say no.
Nearly.
First
You're
of all,
supposed to take the pictures and post the review.
yeah, exactly. That shit is trash. It's from AliExpress.
It's literally
Drop they. Say it right
No,
now.
I would not do
do
that.
it
Hey,
right
I just
now.
helped a friend with Burger King because his sandwich wasn't done, and I tweeted Burger King, and they responded within 5 minutes. So just let me know.
Okay.
For some reason, I got some kind of plug online. I'm just
Oh, I'm fucking with that. No, I felt so defeated. Like I felt very defeated. So I literally just let it go. And I'm going through a thing right now. Right, I'm going through a thing of like not trying to be so rigid because I'm very hard on myself and I'm very competitive with myself. And so like when I tell myself that I'm going to do something, I'm working on being lenient. Like I'm working on creating a balance between being like making sure that I'm serious about doing the things that I say that I'm gonna do, but also not like beating my fucking ass like I do mentally when I don't do something or when I like go back on some shit. So I kind of was like in that frame of thought because I was already there with like some other things that have been going on this month. And so when it happened, I was like, well, Brianna, it's 27. Like, is it that big of a deal? Do you need a photo shoot for every birthday? Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
And
in the social media age,
I'm back landed on yes, I do. But it doesn't need to be a photo shoot. Maybe I just need like a couple of little ditties, you know, like a couple of images. But anyway, we'll get to that. Anyway,
I'm so mad. See,
so that's what my attention is on.
that's why you need to stick to Fashion Nova.
I should have literally done anything else. I don't know what possessed me.
I want to see this company.
Yeah, I want to see the outfit.
I'll show y'all. I will show you all the things. I didn't take any pictures of that outfit. But
did you get more than one?
No, I just got one. I had one
so
thing.
she can have multiple rips.
No, well, I didn't know she had got more than one thing and only one of the things ripped.
No, it was a set, but the bottom of it just.
That's all that is.
I was about to say
all that is. All
that
that
might
is.
not be that.
But
bad.
it was crazy because like it didn't feel like it was too tight.
Was it paper mache?
Child, I don't know what it was. It was wild, y'all. But I put that shit on, and when I pulled it up, I heard it, and I looked down and was like, oh.
What did it sound like?
It was like it was multiple rips real fast. So instead of like, it was like it was like a few of them, and I looked down like, wow, I wasn't using any force or anything. Jesus, like what?
Why would they do that?
Not sure. The top is really cute.
I can't wait to see who sent this shit. Cause it's count y'all fucking days.
Oh my god,
you're over with.
Well, so that is and that's what my attention is on. My attention is on balance. All the things that I said that I was going to do and all the things that I said that I didn't need. I'm trying to just like balance things and continue to live and work day by day, but also just have some balance. That's what my attention is on. Spiritually, no, my attention is on money also, actually. Money. My attention is on proper manifestation. I'm learning how to manifest and also let go. So like one part of manifestation that people don't understand is that you gotta let that shit go. Like you can't be clinging to the shit. Like you can't say I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, and be like having a chokehold on it. You gotta put it out into the universe, and then you have to trust so much that you let it go.
See, now that I feel bad, because that's how I feel about like Michael B. Jordan. I want it so bad.
Yes,
I want it so bad.
He was eating some Chinese food. I'm sorry. Oh, I can't have him. He was eating some
She was like, I'm still telling you.
I know you probably seen this, but he was eating some Chinese food yesterday on his page, and I commented, "If only I could be those chopsticks." How does that make you feel?
I'm trying to keep my composure.
Do you want to know what I pictured? I pictured like pussy lips. I pictured him like eating Chinese food out of your pussy lips, and that's disgusting.
It is disgusting.
But we're not doing that, babe. Babe, we're not doing that.
I'm just saying because you said chopsticks, so it's like not your fingers or your body, but like where else will he eat out of? Or your ass.
But now you telling me
you can eat noodles out of my ass for sure.
Oh.
But now you're telling me I need to just put it out there that I want him and trust the universe.
Just trust it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's another thing too. You know I'm against anything like ownership around people. Like you don't have to say that you want him, but like think about what it is about him that you want and like the qualities and characteristics.
I want his whole body
and
the way he looks.
Put that into the air, and then the person that you get will be way better.
I want you.
I don't like
that. Was an ugly
thing. I don't like that you.
Grandma slowly trying to get her hand in her mouth like.
And why would I do my whole like not like this? It was not. I'm not even sexy. I'm sorry.
You're not the kind of woman.
That was like
He's not ready for all of that. He's not ready for all of that.
That's crazy.
Okay, y'all. So spiritually, this is taking a long time. Spiritually, I'm feeling in need of balance, and I'm feeling in need of better clarity for and with myself. Keyana, how are you feeling physically?
Okay, so physically.
Do you mind if I rub you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I usually don't like people touching me, but.
And I said, "Do you mind?" She said, "Yeah."
Because you know I like it is an energy thing. I like
oh, so
your
you
energy.
do not mind?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay, got it.
But if it was somebody else, I'd be like,
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
But physically, I'm feeling light.
Nice.
Because I explained to you earlier, I'm doing a little bit of a cleanse on the things that I love. So I cut meat, I cut noodles, I cut sugar, I cut bread, I cut... I tried to cut alcohol, which y'all got me. I really got yesterday at a bridal shower. But I said, you know what? I deserve this.
Don't
drink.
be rigid.
But I feel like I know I lost about 5 pounds.
Come on, girl.
So I'm feeling slightly thick, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But yeah, I'm feeling light. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling healthy.
Yes.
Physically.
And emotionally?
Emotionally, I'm feeling extremely selfish.
Nice.
Which I think that I deserve to be selfish because oftentimes I put a lot of people's feelings before my own. So I turned 30 this year and I'm like, I'm taking care of moi.
Yeah.
So I have to stop. Like, I'm planning a big birthday trip, and I call myself telling my friends, "Oh, you guys help me pick the place," and it's just becoming too many.
Yeah.
I got too many friends.
Yeah.
That's too many people that's opinionated, and I'm opinionated. So I have to shut that down and say, "All right, we gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna just buy a ticket somewhere, a flight, and y'all gonna come here.
Come through.
And then we'll plan from there." So I'm feeling selfish, but it's a much needed selfishness.
Yeah. I love that.
I love that.
And what is your attention currently on?
My attention is currently on Etc. Social, where I met a few of you guys.
Yeah.
So Etc. Social is a millennial social club. We were located in Bronzeville, but we are no longer at that location. We moved out in December because we're looking for a bigger space because a lot of the things that we wanted to do in that space, like live music and stuff like that, it was a huge building with different businesses in it, and we just didn't want to like compete or get into any type of trouble. So we're looking for more of a loft space where we can do more things. But our programming is still going. We actually have a networking event on Tuesday.
I set my calendar.
Yeah. So hopefully we have it because they say it's going to be cold on Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday night.
But if they do cancel it, we do have a partnership with WeWork Spaces where we can do networking events.
Oh, nice.
So, yes.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you for plugging that because I was going to get to that. And how are you feeling spiritually?
Spiritually, I would say that I am feeling, I don't know, if clear makes sense.
Yeah, definitely.
I know exactly what I want to achieve this year. And I know who I want in my life, who I need to get rid of because they're toxic. I don't know, something about me about to turn 30 is just like eye-opening to me. Like, okay, I know what I want to do. I know what I want to achieve this year. I know what I got going on, what would benefit me. I don't know. I just feel really clear and aware.
I love that. And I'll talk a little bit more about this in later episodes, but because you're talking about how you're turning 30, I am reading a book called Dirty 30s by Tiffany Simmons. I hope I'm not mispronouncing your name, girl. But she sent me a couple of her books, and I think that I just love the space of Black women, and that I'm young still, fresh. But just kidding.
Did she just call me old?
No, what I'm saying, I just love being around Black women when they're in the atmosphere of 30, because I feel like 30 has changed so much for our generation. Like it's I don't know. There's something like liberating about 30 and like empowering about 30 that I don't think that people like our mom's generation really had. You know, so I really enjoy. I'm just enjoying this. But check out that book, Dirty 30s, by Tiffany Simmons. I think it's Tiffany.
You just reminded me. Another thing that I am focused on this year is sisterhood.
Yes, you said
because
that.
Yes, I did. I said it on social media. I said I'm focused on it because I'm really a tomboy. I like to dress up, doll myself up, but I hang with the guys. Like, that's just what I do. My mindset is more like the guys. And I said I want to focus on my relationships with the women that I'm currently meeting, like my goal friends, and then my actual girlfriends. So I'm going to work on a series with this young lady I met. Shanika Speaks, shout out to her. Yay! But we're going to work on a series with empowering women who are doing their thing. You know what I mean? Because I know so many of us, and we just need to collaborate and have kind of a safe space for each other.
I love that. And speaking of you saying that emotionally you're feeling selfish, I think that is needed. You're one of my favorite pages that I follow on Instagram. You just have like a way about doing things. Like she does this thing for all of her friends on their birthdays, and it's like, today we celebrate. It just looks like so thoughtful and like production oriented.
I'm all about relationships.
It's awesome.
Seriously, if I have a friend or I consider you a friend, or even if I reach out, I stalked you a little bit because I'm like, I'm gonna be in your life. I don't know if you know it, but I'm gonna be in your life.
I love that.
But I try to actually get to know people.
Yeah.
We can go out to dinner. I want to know everything about you. If I ask you how you are, it's genuine. I want to know.
Yeah. I love that. So make sure that you are following Keyana Alicia on Instagram, because it is just a good page to follow, and her stories are always popping. And you also just have a good time, and I'm trying to channel that because I'm a bitch that loves my house, and I be like, look at Keyana. Keyana really going outside again. I be like, again. No, you're not mixy or anything, because everything that you do looks very productive. Like you're hanging around people who are goal oriented, and everybody got something going on, and you talk about that.
So this is the trick, though. I like sophisticated ratchet is what I call it, types of situations. So I'm around sophisticated individuals doing ratchet shit. And we just have a good time. I just feel like I've never been like a club type person. If I go to a club, it's specifically because it's somebody's birthday. But I like karaoke's. I like panel discussions. I like stuff where I'm going to actually talk to people.
I fuck with that. So definitely all about this sisterhood, but we are here to talk about niggas.
I'm gonna reach out to all of y'all about that too.
No, please do. We're gonna stay in touch, because I stalk you just as much as you do. Today we are talking about monogamy in men. Oh Lord. So here's the thing. Because I'm working on making my curiosity work for me, because sometimes I sit and I'm like, why is this the way that it is? And then you just like let shit swirl around in your head forever and ever and ever. But I've gotten to a point where I'm like, these are conversations that need to be had. These are, I can reach out to people and get people's insight. So I wrote this piece a while ago called Monogamy and Me, and it was just about my scope on monogamy and how I relate to it or don't, for lack of better words, as an individual. But then I started to think, okay, so I'll tell y'all a backstory without saying anybody's name. I'm looking at Michael, because Michael knows who I'm talking about. But there's a young man, Lord, who I know, and he's a solid person in a general sense, like he's accomplished, and he's, successful, he's a hard worker and all these things, but he's a person who always is in a relationship, like always in a relationship. And every time that he's been in a relationship in the past 3, maybe 4 years, at least every once in a while, he kind of reaches out to me. He's had multiple
in 3 or 4 years?
At least a couple. But either way, even 2. I mean, I know for a fact of 2. I'm just talking about in the span of time that he's been reaching out to me directly. Yeah. But like I've known him for like years and years and years, and he always has a girlfriend, like always.
People like that.
And so and he's always in a committed relationship, and he'll reach out to me on some other shit, and it varies. Sometimes it's like purely sexual. Other times it's like, oh my God. Lately, the latest was like on some like spiritual connection, like our chemistry is just this, and like I've just always wanted to talk to you. Boy, but the gag is that he's freshly engaged, right? So here's the thing. This is not mess.
Please do not laugh.
This is not mess. This is not mess.
On his behalf, it is.
It created. Okay, all I'm saying is it created curiosity. So I thought about it, because here's my thing. I am always thinking about free will, and like I'm all about freedom. And to me, I think about the things, because I always like I think about that episode that we did where you were like, I love how Brick Stories is always like, you don't have to do that. Like when you made that voice, like you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. But that's really how I feel. Like when I understand that people have different circumstances, but I really feel that way about everything. Like when I hear people like complaining about their job, I'll be like, get a new job. Yeah, like, stop working there. Like, I'm always thinking about free will and people's, like, lack thereof, or people's, like, perception of how they don't have it, right? Mm-hmm. So, to me, I thought about the fact that, like, first of all, we only know what we know, right? Mm-hmm. But I know for a fact that he got down on one knee in front of their friends and family and asked this person to marry him. Right. That was your choice. So I got to thinking, in a general sense, why do men do this? Like, why? Because why do men feel like monogamy is the only option and are okay with failing at it? And that to me makes me feel like y'all think monogamy is the only option. Like, the only option that I have as far as my portrayal of a relationship is to be in a monogamous one. But I'm not going to play by monogamy's rules. I'm still going to be like texting this girl on the side and sending this girl snaps on my dick or whatever the fuck I'm doing, you know. But it's like, my whole thing is, why do that at all? And so I thought about it long and hard and deep. And I talked
deep.
I had sex last week, guys.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
That's cute.
That's cute. That's real cute.
That's real cute.
We'll talk about that offline though, because there's more to that. But anyway, it's not great.
It's not great.
It's not great.
Oh, I don't want to hear it then.
No, the sex was fantastic.
Oh, that's what I want to hear.
The aftermath.
You're saying it's not great. That makes me sad.
It's not bad. It's fine, guys. But
It's not.
We'll talk about it. But that's why I said long, hard, and deep. But let's stay focused. So I had a conversation with a couple of different men in my life, straight men specifically, and then I put up a poll on Instagram, and because I was just curious about men who are in monogamous relationships who are literally doing it because they had a desire to, and men who just found themselves in monogamous relationships because they were like, well, shit, she said she was gonna stop fucking with me, or shit, she said, you know, whatever. So I asked the question, how many of you, like, do you feel aligned with monogamy, or do you feel pressured to be monogamous? And 52% of those people said that they felt pressured. And a couple of people I asked, like, what exactly is it that's pressuring you? And I got a lot of answers just about, like, how we talked about in previous episodes about relationship goals and, like, what the media does and what social media does. And, like, I thought a lot about black men specifically, and I came to a couple of conclusions. And I just want to know if y'all have the same insights or if y'all have witnessed the same thing. And I thought about the thought process of black women, and I thought about society. And I am, as y'all know, a radical person. I don't have the same thought process as a lot of women do when it comes to relationships. I'm open to a lot of different things. But for the most part, I've noticed that in the conversation about men, specifically black men, there's no in between. You're either monogamous or you're a fuckboy. And to be a fuckboy, you don't even have to do anything. Like, you can just, like, simply like verbalize in some way that you don't have the desire to be monogamous in some way. And some women will be like, oh, he a fuck nigga, oh, he playing games, he he don't string you along, he don't do this, he don't do that, even if he's being wholeheartedly honest with himself and others. And I want to know why that is. And also society, and I think about my brother when I think about this. My brother is like a very hard-working person, and I know that my brother has a desire of his own to, like, actually, like, my brother really wants to be married, and he really wants to be a father. Not so much to the point that he would settle. Thank God. My brother is 30 years old. He doesn't have any kids. He hasn't gotten anybody pregnant. Maybe. Who knows? But, you know, he doesn't have any kids to show for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people, I feel like a lot of men who want that can just as easily get caught up in, like, man, I got her pregnant, and now that's my wife, and, like, and that's all they got to show for it. Yeah, but, like, my brother really wants to be a husband and a father. And on the flip side of it, he works hard, he takes care of himself, has oftentimes taken care of me, and my mama, you know, is like a solid dude. But when I talk to him about his accomplishments, he doesn't feel very accomplished. And I think that he doesn't because it's not alongside using that to care for a woman and a child. Yeah. So it's like, I've done all these things, but so, yeah. You know, like, I don't have a wife, I don't, you know, and it's like, that's weird to me. That's like, why, like, what is it that society is doing to y'all that's making you feel less than if you don't have a woman and a child? So I think that a lot of times, more often than not, men do that to have this idea and picture of success. But on the inside, they still want to fuck people, and they still want to be single, and they still want to do whatever the fuck they want to do. So it's like, where's the disconnect?
I think that, like, for what you said, when a lot of men feel like, they be like, well, she said she was going to stop fucking with me. So, right. So I watched this show currently called Temptation Island. And long story short, it's about two groups of people, well, like 4 or 5 couples. They go to this island, and on the island there are, like, 10 single men and 10 single women, and the single men and women have to, like, compete for like the love of the people who are in relationships to see if they want to be in those relationships still when the time on the island is up. So there's a couple on there.
That's messy as hell.
Right, that's so terrible.
Yeah. So the one couple on the island, the guy is just like, the girl wants to get married, so she's like, I just want to be married, like, you know, and she's told him like, and if that's not what you want to do, then you can leave. But he's so adamant, like, I don't understand why you can't just accept what I'm giving you. But if that's not what she wants, then I think that's what makes the category of fuckboy. Like, you're not giving me, you know what I want, you don't want to give it to me, and yet you won't leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? So it's more so like, I've already told you what I want. You've already told me what you want. If you want to leave me alone, I'll be sad initially, but I'll get over it. Yeah. But you don't want to leave me alone either. So to me, what makes a fuckboy is you want to have your cake and eat it too. Right. Because I will appreciate a man 1,000 times more if he come to me and be like, that's just not what I want. Because I know what I want, and if you don't want the same thing, then I'm gonna move around. That ain't to say we can't be cool and cordial, but that's to say we not on the same page. So we need to, you know. Yeah. And I had, excuse me, a situation not too long ago with a guy who would kind of like give me mixed signals, and a situation occurred here actually where I had to be like, okay, so now I see. So now I see
on the show.
No, not on the show.
I was like, up in here, in this home, looking around,
in this home. So, but now I see like. But now I see like, I told you what I wanted, but you're like misleading me. But it took a situation to be like, now I know that it's no eventually with you. Right. Now I know that this is what it is right now, and I can't continue to be absorbed in whatever this is. Right. So
one of my favorite social media.
So yeah, you a fuckboy. No, I'm just joking.
Wait a minute. One of my favorite social media proverbs, as I like to call them, is a mixed signal is a clear signal. Ooh. Like if I'm especially here's the thing. I'm an Aquarius. I have a fellow Aquarius in my life, and me and that person, no matter what level we're on, we have to be really serious and hunker down and sit down and say, okay, look, what are we doing? Because we can both play. Like, we both are aloof and detached, and like together it can just be like, okay, so we just fucking spinning our wheels here. Like, what the hell is going on? But it's like, if you're clear, if you know what you're wanting, you're communicating that, and in return you're getting a mixed signal, he's giving you a clear signal. He's absolutely, absolutely giving you a clear signal.
I love that.
You know, I feel like the perception that I've gotten from the world and TV and social media and all that, to me, has always been that a lot of women, you know, they enjoy, like when we talked about relationship goals before, like I feel like a lot of women enjoy the perception of a happy relationship more so than making sure they're actually in one. So when I think of men, like when you say, like, do you feel pressured to be monogamous? A lot of times I feel like they don't necessarily feel pressured to be monogamous. They feel pressured to be like, okay, girl, you can tell her I'm your boyfriend. Right. So, they feel pressured, like, you know, I'm gonna give her this ring, like, cause we've been together for so long. She mad because her friends asking her, like, when y'all gonna get married? And he like, okay, you know. I feel like if anything, time has shown that I won't say the majority of women, but time has shown that a lot of women, when men get caught cheating or they find out they did something, women don't leave. It's not like they go anywhere all the time. Like, so if anything, I feel like time has
pressure isn't to be monogamous.
Right. But I think that's what I mean. To put me on a certain pedestal, so that I feel like, you're worth me letting this go. Like, you're my husband, so now I'm like, well, we're in a marriage, we have to work this out. Like, you're not just a boyfriend, so now I can, like, you know, make it seem worth it, the reason why I stayed with him all the 15 times that he cheated on me. Yes. Like, they just want the validation. But women have shown, like, time and time again, like, I'm not gonna leave you. Like, most of the time, when women finally do leave niggas that be cheated on them, it be a millions of stories. Yeah. It's not like they tell their friends one thing.
Tired.
Yeah,
by the time
like,
they leave,
so,
it's 'cause they're tired.
if anything, history has told men, you don't need to be monogamous. You just need to make me feel like I'm number one. Yeah. And as long as I feel like number one, that's enough for me to hold on to overlook all your fuckboy tendencies.
Here's my question though, because my curiosity stems from when I say pressure to be monogamous, it is because the women that they're pursuing is making it seem like that's part of it. Why then are so many women not okay with the concept of some form? Maybe it's open relationship with some sort of structure, right? Maybe it's not, you go out and do whatever the fuck you want to do. But if all I want as a woman is to call you my husband, for you to pay these bills, and for you to like uphold this house, and I'm gonna make sure that the house is pretty, and we're gonna host events, and you're gonna be by my side and all the fucking, like, if that's all I want, then why are so many women so against allowing for some sort of open structure in a relationship?
Because men cannot handle the open structure.
But they can't handle the monogamy that you asking them for.
No, and that's the truth. But that's where I come and say they want to have their cake and eat it too. If a woman comes to a man and says, I'm gonna use you as an example, Brie, because I know like you're like all about, you know, like you said, you don't want tying people down. So
yeah.
So if you came to a man as who you are and said, I love you so much, I want to be with you, but I understand that you love me and you're not ready to settle down with me for the rest of your life, but I want to settle down with you in the sense that, like you said, I come home to you every night, we got rings or whatever, we signed a marriage certificate, whatever the case may be, but we both can do whatever we want. We got an open relationship. I think eventually for all men it will come back and be like, but you was laying up with that nigga. You know, like, I think that's how it is with men. I don't think they can handle that.
I guess my question is, like, you know how when you go on a date with someone, you have these questions that you think you're going to ask on the first date. Why doesn't that come up on the first date? Like, do you believe in monogamy?
Right.
Do you believe in it? Right. Y'all want to ask if I don't know, he got a job,
body count,
your credit score, body count. Like, ask that person if they believe in monogamy. Then you can start,
because they gonna lie anyway, because they gonna think that's what you want.
But this is the thing though. I would sit down and tell them, if someone approached me, my response is that I believe that society has conditioned us to believe that you're supposed to be monogamous, but I do not believe that monogamy is natural. Do you want to go into deeper conversation about that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and then we can sit down and talk about it. Because I tell niggas all the time, like, I understand you like me, but I like a lot of people. You know what I mean? I like energies. My eyes are going to always be looking.
If you ask a question on the first date, I feel like you can, like, the person could be honest and honestly give you the truth. But I think that as time goes on and emotions develop, you know, I think that people will assume, like, what could have held true on day one, they'll assume is gonna change by day 100, because now they're like, I didn't love you on that first date. Yeah. They're like, we're in love now. So you know, they expect like different actions because we have different feelings, or like, I'm not, because everybody's different, and which is why you have to be honest so you can find the person that's for you. Right. But I know a lot of men that are okay with, you know, having an open relationship, or the girl can do whatever they want. A lot of the times, though, it's because they don't have strong feelings for that girl in the first place. Like, I've never personally, in my own experience, known a guy that had strong feelings for a girl, was like, I'm in love with this girl, and they were actively in a relationship and actively knew that she was still like doing her own thing, like when she felt like it, or if the situation just arose. Like, usually I feel like once men have those feelings, they want it to be locked down too. So I feel like that's another reason why they get into the monogamous relationship, is because even if they have no plans on being monogamous, they still want to make sure they have you locked in. That's what I'm saying. They're like, okay, I love her, so I need her to stay right here.
And even though I'm finna do what I want,
I might still fuck her from time to time, but I need you right here because I love you.
And that's why part our conversation that we were having in one of the relationship goals episodes, like, my way of thinking about a relationship is really difficult for people to wrap their heads around.
Yeah.
But
Same.
one thing that I know about myself, I'm good. Like, I go home to my apartment and fucking with the fucking lake view and all of that stuff on my own dime. I don't need anybody to take care of me. Right. So all of the things that I feel like I want and need out of like my intimate relationships, I can do without it, you know? So for me, that's not love. Like, you telling me I love you so much, so that means that I put you in this box, that's not love to me at all.
You just have a different love language.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And it's just like, and that's what I'm saying, like, and I am okay with being by myself under the circumstances that a man comes into my life and thinks that the rules that apply for him don't apply for me as well. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like everybody has the right to want what they want when they want it. I definitely believe that he can be like, well, shit, we just chilling right now, we're cooling, so we can do what we want to do. And then you get to a point where you love each other. That doesn't mean, well, shit, we in love now, so you're not gonna have me out here looking like no goofy. You gotta no. That means that the conversation is just that we have a conversation about what new constraints need to come about in this relationship, because we are broadening up in the way that we feel, but not because
of your ego. Handle that conversation though? Like,
that's what I'm saying. There is a man, I believe, that can handle that conversation, and that would be the one
there's an exception to every rule.
Right. That would be the one that I'm with. But I'm not in any way, like, my whole thing is just like, my confusion with the monogamy thing is that so many niggas are failing at it. So I'm just so confused about the choice, like the way that you told yourself, like, yeah, I'm gonna do, because you're not only telling your partner this, you're telling yourself. And I think a lot of times niggas really do have the intention, like, they think like, yeah, I'm just be with this girl, she's fantastic. And women 9 times out of 10, especially these days, come with the table and a lot more to bring to the table than a lot of these niggas do. So you come across a woman who's solid and attractive and, you know, got a degree, got her own job, and it's like, why wouldn't I marry you? Like, why wouldn't I propose to you? But you don't want that. And so that's what I'm trying to figure out, like, where, like, at what point do you
keep her on the back burner? That's the person. If you know that's the person for you, you keep that person on the back burner, and then you mess with everybody else that you want to mess with until you're ready, and you go back to that person.
In a healthy communicative way.
And she's been conditioned to wait, and she's gonna go to him.
How important it is for like you to have these conversations, like on the first date, or talk about what does a relationship mean to you.
Yeah.
Because I honestly think that for men, when they think of marriage or think of a relationship, I don't think they automatically coincide monogamy with that. Right, you know, the woman does. Like, if you ask me to, if somebody asks me to marry them, I'm automatically gonna, this is it. It's me and you now.
The only person
but
that
I don't feel like men automatically are coming to that conclusion. To men, I feel like commitment to them is like what you said. I done met this girl. She cool as fuck. I like everything about her. Of course I'll be with you.
Yeah.
Like, but that
I'm gonna tell everyone you're my girlfriend, including the other
you are my girlfriend, right? And you are my
she was
girlfriend.
going to know.
But that just doesn't mean monogamy, because we talked about how for men and how some women, how sex is just not, or cheating is just not, it's not a thing. Yeah. Like, they have to be taught that it's a thing. They have to lose people and experience pain to realize, like, oh, I shouldn't have did that shit.
Shouldn't have fucked that person.
Like that, and they don't know until they're taught, like, you cannot do this or you will not have.
And that's why I think that it's also important for women. I think that women set themselves up a lot of the time, like you were just saying, like, I forgot what you just said a couple of minutes ago about how day 1 is different from day 100, and you think that just because you're in love now, you expect it to be a certain way. Mm-hmm. And for me, I am a fluid human being, right? So I am just my thought process to me is just one of a realist. I am not coming into anything expecting you to be or do anything. Mm-hmm. So I think that conversations need to happen over and over again. Check-ins need to happen. Day 1 is, yo, I might tell you, like, look, I don't really fuck with the whole monogamy thing. I don't think that we own human beings. I think that we should all be allowed to do whatever we want to do, blah, 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 blah. And day 100, that conversation can and might be very different, but the conversation has to happen. It can't be me waking up and being like, oh my God, it's day 5 and I've been thinking about him every single day. Oh my God, I think I'm in love with him. Oh, he cannot. Oh, this is all the shit that he cannot do. But I'm not gonna tell him that. I'm not gonna rock the boat by taking him to dinner tonight and explaining these things to him. But if he does it, I'm gonna be so hurt. I'm gonna be so upset. I'm gonna fucking disown him and fuck him forever. And it's like that's what women do. Like in our heads, we hit a checkpoint to ourselves for real. In here, we hit a checkpoint to in our own love, in our own love space. And instead of going to him and being like, dog, I've been fucking thinking about you every fucking day. Like, I think that we're in love now. Do you feel
that's
the same
a little
way?
bit of pride?
And if so, my day one demands are different now, because now I feel like I do want this to be a little bit more whatever. But conversations need to happen, and not just like, no, that nigga knew I fucking liked him and he shouldn't have did. No, like, no, nobody knows anything. Nobody knows anything unless you tell them.
And they tell him, and the nigga still can be like, well, I'm not really on that. And because women don't want to lose you, I feel like women punish themselves too. Like they'll tell themselves like, okay, well, what he's saying makes sense, even though I don't feel this way, even though I'm ready for more, but because I can just make sense of what he's saying, I'm gonna just stick around and just keep getting my feelings hurt every day. Yeah, and it's like it don't matter. It don't matter if you think you're crazy or not. If you feel that way, then it's like that's how you feel. Yeah. It's not gonna change.
But that's why I wish that more people would just broaden their minds, because a lot of times when that happens, I feel like women only give themselves that one option. Yeah. I love him and I want him around, so I'm just gonna fucking grit and bear it. You can change your perception about any and everything. And that's where my thought process comes in about the lack of ownership and all. I love you, so I want you to be free. I love you, so I want you to be exactly who you are. So if I come to you and I tell you I love you with all my heart and I want to be with you, and you say to me, I love you and I respect you, but I don't want to be in a relationship, my love for you, if I love you so much, should either be I love myself more and I can't deal with that, so I gotta step away, or I love you so much I want you to do exactly what you feel is right for you, because you're not lying to me, you're not hurting me, you're not doing anything in spite of me. So I'm gonna just be like, you know what, I'm gonna continue to rock with you because I do love you and I do want you around. But I think that women don't give themselves that option. They give themselves the option of I love you, so I'm gonna settle for whatever you say. And they don't do the work of changing their perception of what that relationship now is. Yeah. When you can change your perception.
And it's okay to love somebody from a distance. Just because you love them doesn't mean that you have to be with them.
I feel like women too be thinking that there isn't anything like better. Like I feel like a lot of women, like I've talked to friends and stuff that feel like, you know, they might be dealing with some shit with the person they're with, but they have this mindset of kind of like, you know, ain't nothing better out there anyways, or ain't nobody gonna do better anyway, so I might as well just like work with what I got. And my mindset now, I've gone through my moments where I just walk around like niggas ain't shit, fuck all these niggas. Like I go through my moments, but those moments don't make me settle. Those moments just have me by my damn self. Those moments have me sitting here thinking like, damn, I'm never gonna have my happy ending like Sex in the City with Carrie and Big. Because if you look at all the shit
and the trash that she had to go through,
that's not really
like when I watch that movie, when I watch those movies, that's all I'll be thinking in my head. Like, yeah, this is cute now, but
that nigga,
I'm never gonna make
both
it there.
of them though.
If that's what I'm dealing with, I'll never make it there, and I will be by myself.
Can I talk about Black Chicago specifically?
Yeah,
with relationships. If you're young and you're a millennial and you're Black and you go to the same types of events weekly, you see the same men, and us women, we're all pulling from the same pool of men because we figure we're educated, we're young, we're Black, we're working. I'm looking for the same thing. Yeah. And those men are there, but all the women are looking for the same thing. So it's like we're helping them to not be monogamous because we're like, okay, he's the golden ticket. So that I have to be with this person. I'm going to put all my eggs in this basket. And he might be messing with somebody else. I don't know, but that's okay. But that's the one that I want. Rather than us looking outside and saying that it might be okay to not date someone who didn't go to college or date someone who's not working a white collar job or something.
Work something.
Please work somewhere.
Work this pussy. Work this pussy.
fucking international.
But we're pulling from the same thing. Like it's so many guys, and just like if I see a guy and like I'm out and I see him with a girl, I'm like, oh Lord, like, I think he messing with one of my friends. I don't know. You know what I mean? Because everybody's pulling from the same thing. They all cute. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's definitely, and that's to both of those points when you talk, for sure. But like when you talk about the space that women feel like, well, shit, I really rock with this particular person and there's nothing else out there. I want women to understand the art of manifestation as well. Sometimes a lot of people are put into your lives, a lot of situations are put into your life, and you think that it's this whole thing. Like, you think, like, I'm looking at you, Michael, so I might have you in my life, and if you, heaven forbid, one day you might, though. If you told me, like, man, I'm about to move to LA, and, like, all of this shit is done, I might be like, I'm losing all of you, you know, and that hurts. But I can also think about all of the things that you taught me and that you brought to the table and start looking for that elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? Now I have a clearer expectation of what I'm looking for based off of how much I did gravitate to you. So instead of being like, fuck, this nigga don't want to fuck with me no more, or he want to fuck with other people, I could be like, what is it that I even like about him, and how do I make that clear? Like, because a lot of times we don't even know what we're asking for. You know, like you just want somebody. You just like, oh my God, I want to be in a relationship, but you don't know what you're asking for, and you get in all types of niggas get sent your way all the damn time.
Just don't want to be.
But if I'm like, damn, this person brought me like a lot of laughs and a lot of joy, and I fuck with that, I'm gonna write that down. Or like, this person had the biggest dick I've ever seen, I'm gonna write that down. This, like, it might just be elements of these people, and you're just trying to hold on to this whole person, and it's like that. Like, think about what you are getting, like what you are gaining, and how you can apply it to the next thing.
I'll definitely say, like, in the past 3 years of dating, we got single for 3 years. Anyway,
I've been single for 4.
Oh gosh,
girl, I've been single since okay. I've been having fun though.
I've been living life. But no, the past 3 years of dating has taught me, and even in my last relationship has taught me everything not everything, but the characteristics that I seek and am like,
and the ones that you stay away from.
Yeah, so like, and that's what I definitely appreciate about being able to, like, you know, just be in this point of my life. But I was gonna say, another reason I think that women settle is based off of like what their friends think as well. Because
you bitches do not run me.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if you talk to a friend and you tell your friend something that the guy that you're talking to did, and they like, I don't think that's that big of a deal, then you get to thinking like, maybe it's not that big of a deal. That's real. But like, I mean, I'm just using Tati because this happened. I was supposed to kick it with a guy, and he hit me up like super late, and Tati was like, I still would have went, and I was just like, no, like that's not acceptable. Like for me, like that's like because you already knew, your like we had these
still have to be yours.
Exactly, we already had these plans, and just no. Yeah. And then at the end, I have a question. If y'all done,
please give me a question. We're ready for
questions. Why did your voice get so?
Is it about monogamy? Is it about monogamy? Okay, I'm fine with stupid questions.
Do y'all think, like, because I feel like this has been an issue forever.
Pick a person to start so we don't talk over each other, because I'm like,
we'll just go this way.
Okay. Starting with Tati.
From the, like, monogamy and just like men being with one woman has been an issue for, you know, since I'm sure the beginning of time. Do y'all think that like slaves was
I'm not finna do this.
Slaves was picking, like, choosing, like, different women. Like, now I can see, like, if you was on one plantation and you got moved, like, you started a new family. But do you think that, like, your wife or one of your wives stayed on, like, the east end of the plantation and the other wife stayed on the west end? Like, did they go in between like the cabins? Like, what y'all think? It's Black History Month.
Like, you had a side hoe?
I just was telling last night we was talking about, I think that side bitches is only a thing for Black community. White people have mistresses.
Right. I thought a mistress was specifically if you're married.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. Like if you're married and you have a side bitch, your side bitch is now your mistress.
Yes.
But I just feel like that.
But if you're in a relationship, you got a main bitch, you got a side bitch. Which I think is fine if you're communicating to everybody. I'm not going to answer the slave question at all. It feels very disrespectful. No.
She's going first anyway.
I'm going to make the executive decision.
That's crazy. You haven't told me to ask.
No, but I
thinking about that the last.
To answer your question,
you wonder how the slaves
20 minutes.
Yeah, I do.
To answer your question, I feel like all of the things that are going on right now have been going on for forever. In all circumstances, I'm not gonna say that at all.
She's saying it without saying
I'm not gonna say that, but I do believe, and like to your point, so that's the thing. I'm trying to work on not being like, this is this, and this is what I believe. Like, you know, because everything's fluid and it changes. But I do really think about the natural state. I don't want you to. I really don't want you to.
No. Look, here's my thing. It's not specific.
About slaves?
No, listen. My answer is not specific to slavery.
The camera.
My answer is not specific to slavery. My answer is to just like olden times, period. Like back in the days. Like it don't have to be slavery. It could be
give
like
me a time frame.
No, if you think about Greek gods
yeah,
and whatnot,
like anything medieval times. But no. My thing that I was gonna say was that I feel like because I was watching Think Like a Man yesterday, and in the very beginning of Think Like a Man, Kevin Hart was like, marriage used to be, like a big goal for men and women, mainly because for men, marriage meant now I can have sex with you. And he was like, but now because sex is so like, you know, like easy, like it's not as big of a deal. So I feel like back in the day, of course, men were still cheating and stuff, but since sex was such a big thing, like taboo, you shouldn't be doing this unless you're married. Wasn't nobody gonna tell. You're not gonna find out because these women are gonna go to death before they let somebody know, like, I've been fucking somebody and I'm not married, and on top of that, he's married too. Like, unless it was like a king type situation where he got concubines and stuff, but like regular everyday people, you're not about to run out. You're not about to run out and want to tell people like, yeah, I've been fucking him, so your family can disown you. Right. And kick you out and be like, oh, well, bitch, you gotta go.
Just like, imagine like a poor slave like waking up and just seeing her dude come out of another cabin. That just made me sad.
That's just, you know what, the slave thing. It's complex. I would like to talk to you about this more afterwards.
Yes, why y'all don't want to talk about it? Because it feels a little.
I don't want what I have to say to be recorded.
Okay.
So.
We can talk about it after this, but we're not gonna do that.
I'm gonna start saying that on the podcast.
That really made me sad in the Selma movie. Was when they talked about when Martin Luther King had cheated on his wife, and when they mentioned that, and I said, what the? You are busy. You are marching. You are doing all this stuff. You get death threats. You in and out of the state. Like, you hopping around. Like, all types of stuff. And you still found the time.
I must have fell asleep on that part.
It was quick. It wasn't like, they didn't like harp on it. Like, it was like a phone conversation. Like, and they mentioned like his wife was mad at him because he had cheated on her.
Wasn't he fucking like a bunch of people at one time?
I mean, I don't know.
First of all, MLK Day just passed.
But that's just like in the Mandela movie, the same thing. Like, they broke up because and I was just like, even when niggas is,
you know what?
And busy,
Ray was cheating and he was blind.
No, if you let a blind nigga cheat on you,
let's not.
That's where I draw the line, motherfucker. That is why I draw the fucking.
He smelled something he liked.
No,
okay?
for real. He'll grab that woman's wrist. He'll be like, "Oh."
So you was good as long as you wasn't too big. He was gonna.
And I got little wrists.
I was gonna say he would have been confused with me because I got tiny wrists.
That one girl wrist he grabbed and like the fat was like real big. Like after this, he was like,
I would have held
look. He would have had to feel
my now it's okay, but
no, for real.
Look at my wrist.
He would have to pat me down. Talking about wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm sorry.
We can't talk about the slaves.
Okay. That's what. All of that was said. All of that was said to go back to the point that I don't understand why men are continuously choosing monogamy and failing at it. Like, they're choosing to be in situations where they're failing at it. Like, I understand that there are some factors, and I also just want us all to understand, and I wrote this in the blog post that I wrote, the importance of understanding both intention and impact. I went through a phase last year where I thought only about intention. And life has a way of kind of teaching you that your beliefs are bullshit. Like, life has a way of being like, oh, you think that? So I went through something with my brother where I realized, like, I know that he didn't mean to, like, his intention was not for me to feel this way, but I do. So the impact is just as important. And so that's why I want us to just our takeaway for this is just to understand the source. Like, it's very annoying if you are a woman who values monogamy. Mm-hmm. It's very annoying, I understand, for you to continuously come across men who just kind of like shit on the idea, you know, who don't have any respect for it. But I want us to think about the intention as well as the impact, and about how we play a role in the reasons in which men are choosing to say that they're monogamous when they don't have the intention to. So that's it. That's all I had to say about that, and I really appreciate it.
You got a little country, little.
I started with a little bit.
Forrest Gump. That's all I have to say about that.
That's all I have to say about
that.
Not
Nuno.
That's not how.
Not Nuno.
A Southern woman.
Anyway,
a Southern character.
Of all the Southern women
Southern
depictions,
character.
and you said she's a Southern woman, like she is,
like she's the top of the top.
I meant like a character.
When
in
you
a
look up
movie.
Southern woman in the dictionary, it's Nuno.
No,
Like that's how she
it's
said that.
definitely
Like
not
she's the
Nuno.
Southern.
Guys, y'all really coming down on me.
Lord.
Anyway, so thank you all for getting in on this conversation. And if you have more to say about it, or if you have a story about the ways in which you or your partner fail at monogamy, you can always talk to us. It happens. I would fail at monogamy if I tried it. No, I wouldn't. I said no, I wouldn't.
I was like, you were.
No, I align with the actual definition of monogamy, which is the habit of having one mate at a time. I align with that. What I don't align with is the expectations that come with being monogamous. But that's for another day. Anyway, thank you all, and please remember to hit us up on all the places in which we can be. This is an episode that is featured on the YouTube channel, so make sure that you are continuously being subscribed to the YeMash Publishing YouTube channel so you can see these episodes when we have guests like our beautiful Keyana Alicia. And make sure that you are following her on the Instagrams at Keyana Alicia. We'll put it down there.
Social media. I got back on Twitter too.
Yes, I love you on Twitter.
I got a lot of opinions that I just be needing to throw out.
Yeah. And you can follow the Away with Words, the podcast page on Instagram, of course. I'm figuring out all the rest of our social media, but I really don't want, that is not. It is at _YeMash. I'm so sorry. I don't want anything to do with social media, so we're figuring all of that out. But you can follow me at Bree.stories on Instagram, and at Bree_stories on Twitter, and at ATati on Instagram, and at HeyTati on Twitter, and at Ajano Asia at Ajano Asia everywhere. Yes, everywhere. And please make sure that you're that you are following at MJM Kid for all of your photography needs if you are in the Chicagoland area, because he will get you right.
Yes.
And make sure that you're emailing us. We love taking questions and all of that good shit. You can email us at askaway.words at gmail.com, not .gmail.com. Anything else?
Answer the slave question. I want to hear what y'all got to say.
All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Say bye.
Bye.